open his office to an investigation to find out how the news media received this document. Who created it, if it was not in fact part of the initial case, which I don't know. And I challenge Mike Smith to find out, to open his office for an investigation so that we may find out how in the world did Nicholas Rossi, a convicted sex offender and alleged rapist in Utah County, get the same document. And to open his office for an investigation to understand how his PIO allegedly confirmed that my wife and I are subjects of that investigation, alleging that we are guilty of cannibalism of children and murder of children. And I encourage Mike Smith, if he can, to vindicate himself, that this is not done for his political purposes, for the political purposes of those who seek to eliminate me from this office. And if there is such a link, then I call upon him to resign. Because rebuilding trust in law enforcement is bigger than me, it's bigger than him, it's bigger than all of us. We cannot have a stable civil society without implicit trust in our law enforcement. Now let me say this. Having read the 151 pages of utter baloney, my heart goes out to the 15 or 20 innocent citizens whose names are implicated, whose reputations are besmirched. I'm sorry that someone's effort at eliminating me as an elected prosecutor has hurt you. To the tragically mentally ill woman, I'm sorry that someone, for pure political, unvarnished gain, is using your trauma and your heartache for their gain. And if you'll allow me, a moment of personal prayer, let me say, my wife of 33 years, with whom we have had 8 children, who is a reputable member of the Utah State Bar and a respected university PhD researcher, is the kindest, most gentle, most loving person that I've ever known in my life. And for her to have her reputation, her professional character, and everything about her life work brought into question by a few cheap political opportunists offends me to the greatest depth of my being. I call on Mike Smith to apologize to my family, to my wife, Spencer Cannon to apologize to my wife, the victim, the 15 or 20 other people who are victims of this. I call upon them to apologize to a tragically ill, mentally ill woman who yet again will suffer the scars. Not for anything that will benefit her, but for somebody else's cheap political gain. I will end where I began. My aim as Utah County Attorney is to build trust in this community that you can trust the prosecutor and the law enforcement officials that seek to protect you, that seek to put the violent and dangerous in prison, that seek redemptive solutions for the nonviolent. To the extent that my partners in law enforcement have participated in cheap political tricks and using their power and their authority and the taxpayers' money for their own political gain, I ask them to step aside. I'm open for any questions.
Mr. Wood, did you know at the time in 2012 that you and your wife were subjects of this investigation?